tune it in the sun. This is TFM. Get ready to rock. From AM to PM. Come on. Let's talk.
TFM 95.4.
Let's talk.
Live on TFM and the TFM Facebook page. This is the live feed of TTV. Let's talk.
Hello and welcome to the Midday Update. These are the top headlines from our newsroom today. His Majesty thanks the Indian Prime Minister for Oxford AstraZeneca vaccines. Kanaksi Khimji passes away in the Sultanate today. Expats happy with the new Omani employment visa. Electricity bills lower than expected after new tariffs came into effect. Target groups get Pfizer BioNTech and Oxford AstraZeneca vaccines. US reports over 3 million child COVID-19 cases. Brazil nears 10 million COVID-19 cases. UNICEF chief calls for humanitarian pause for COVID-19 vaccination. Al-Bashar Camel race to continue for 5 days. And now from Premier League, Manchester City scripts new record with victory over Everton. These were the top headlines for the day. Let's see how the weather condition looks like in the Sultanate in our weather update.
Hi, my name is Maythal Shukaili for today's weather update. And right now, I'm outside the TFM studio in Al Khair. Before we move on to weather, here is our fact for the day. Windbreaking doesn't just mean passing gas. So trees are used in landscaping as windbreaks to keep wind from harming property. That is our fact for the day. Now let's step inside the studio and talk more about weather. An alert has been issued by Oman Meteorology and Civil Aviation Authorities saying that there will be poor visibility during fog formation and there will be mainly clear skies over the rest of the Sultanate with chances of late night to early morning low-level clouds or fog patches over the parts of Al-Wusta, South Al-Sharqiyya, Dhafar and along the coastal areas of Oman Sea. And now let's take a look at how the weather will be like in all the governorates. Muscat will be sunny, temperatures between 28 to 21 degrees Celsius. Musandam will be sunny, temperatures between 30 to 22 degrees Celsius. North Al-Batana will be partly cloudy, temperatures between 27 to 19 degrees Celsius. South Al-Batana will be sunny, temperatures between 30 to 20 degrees Celsius. Al-Buraymi will be sunny, temperatures between 30 to 19 degrees Celsius. Al-Dhahira will be sunny, temperatures between 30 to 18 degrees Celsius. Al-Dakhiliya will be sunny, temperatures between 29 to 17 degrees Celsius. North Al-Sharqiyya will be sunny, temperatures between 31 to 17 degrees Celsius. South Al-Sharqiyya will be sunny, temperatures between 32 to 20 degrees Celsius. Al-Wusta will be partly cloudy, temperatures between 25 to 17 degrees Celsius. And Dhafar will also be partly cloudy, temperatures between 20 to 14 degrees Celsius.
Welcome back to TTV. You're watching Midday Update. Now, before we get into the details of the local stories for the day, let's see how the COVID-19 situation looks like in the Sultanate today. The Ministry of Health officials has registered 0 deaths due to coronavirus in Oman today, which means the total death cases in Oman still stands at 1,549. In addition to that, the Ministry of Health has registered 288 new coronavirus cases in Oman today. The total cases in the country have now touched 138,494, including 130,084 recoveries, as well as 1,549 death cases. According to the officials from the Ministry of Health, in the past 24 hours, 332 recoveries were also reported. The ministry has urged everyone to adhere to social distancing instructions issued by the Supreme Committee and the Ministry of Health. And now from a local desk. His Majesty Sultan Haitham bin Tariq made a telephone call on Wednesday evening with Narendra Modi, who is the Prime Minister of India. They exchanged cordial conversations and stressed strong relations between the two friendly countries, as well as promoting them in various spheres. During the telephonic conversation, His Majesty expressed his utmost thanks and appreciation to the leadership and people of the Republic of India for providing the Sultanate with Oxford AstraZeneca COVID-19 vaccine, which is manufactured by Serum Institute of India. On his turn, the Indian Prime Minister expressed his sincere thanks and appreciation for His Majesty's noble gesture, wishing His Majesty and the Omani people continuous progress and prosperity under the wise leadership of His Majesty. A sad news coming from Sultanate today is that Kanaksi Gokuldas Khimji, who's the chairman of Khimji Ramdas Group of Companies, passed away this morning. In a statement issued by Indian School Muscat, they said that we're deeply grieved to inform you that Shri Kanaksi Gokuldas Khimji, the Sheikh of the Indian community and the founder of the first Indian school in Oman, passed away. As a mark of respect for the departed soul and to express solidarity with the bereaved Khimji family, all Indian schools will remain closed today, which is Thursday, 18th February. In addition to that, His Excellency Manu Mahavar, the Ambassador of India, also expressed his condolences and called Kanaksi Khimji as an institution builder. Deeply saddened to learn about the passing away of Sheikh Kanaksi Bhai, an institution builder and a father figure to Indian community. He also made huge contributions to bilateral partnership. I will always cherish memories of my warm interactions with him. Heartfelt condolences, the ambassador said. The expats in Oman who have received the new electronic work visas say that they are very happy to have them in their passports. Of late, while some expatriates have had their passport stamped with the new visa, some are still receiving the older version. The new work visas features a stylized green and red header, the coat of arms of the Sultanate, and a 3D hologram sticker. It also contains machine-readable codes so it can be easily scanned where required, and the photo of the visa holder. All of the details of the holder, including his name, nationality, occupation, and the dates of issue and expiry of the visa, are also printed on it. Sanad officers say that expats in Muscat have started getting new electronic work visas in some centers, but it is yet to roll out all across Oman. I have processed quite a few visa applications so far, and all of them have been stamped with the manually entered visa, said an official from a Sanad office in Nizwa in Dakhliya Governorate. He added that he is hopeful that this new electronic visa system will be issued across all the governorates in the country. Sometimes the people who fill in these visa forms write very quickly or don't have very good handwriting, so it is really difficult to understand what they have written, he added. Now, another employee at a visa processing office in Walayat Sib in Muscat Governorate said, sometimes the handwritten ones are not very clear, which meant I had to go to the Directorate General of Passports and Residence to seek clarity on this. Electronic visas also contain security features which ensure they cannot be falsified. All the information entered into these visas are first deposited with the authorities and only then are processed and manually stamped. The employee said that this is a good development of Oman, which has now joined many countries that offer electronic visa process to people. Now, citizens and residents living in the Sultanate of Oman who receive electricity bills at a value less than expected with the start of the new tariff. As part of the initiatives to shore up government revenues, last December, the government approved the removal of subsidies for electricity and water, which will eventually see prices gradually rise for all, including citizen, expatriates, and large companies in the industrial sector. The new tariffs for electricity and water services came into effect from January 2021. According to the Authority for Public Services Regulation, the electricity tariff for citizens receiving national subsidies must range between 15 paisa for 2,000 kilowatt hour to 30 paisa for over 4,000 kilowatt hour. However, in the bills for January, people were billed 10 paisas for 2,000 kilowatt per hour and 20 paisas for over 4,000 kilowatt per hour. The electricity tariff for expats and local with additional account was billed at 14 paisas for 2,000 kilowatt per hour and 22 baizas for over 4,000 kilowatt per hour, whereas the authority had previously announced prices of 20 baizas for 2,000 kilowatt per hour and 30 baizas for over 4,000 kilowatt per hour. The Ministry of Health in the Sultanate of Oman is giving Pfizer-BioNTech and Oxford-Zeneca vaccines, the two vaccines against coronavirus, to the target segments. As many as 14,463 people took Oxford-AstraZeneca, covering 20% of the target segment for this vaccine as part of the first dose. The vaccine is being administered to people aged 65 and above, irrespective of whether or not they are healthy or suffer from any chronic disease. Meanwhile, about 27,000 people were vaccinated with Pfizer-BioNTech, constituting 95% of the target segment, which is first dose, while the second dose was administered to 22,369 people, about 82% of the target group. The Ministry of Health reaffirmed its drive to receive more stocks of the vaccines through accredited channels and to achieve its objectives based on established methods devised by the specialized team, with emphasis on safety, validity, and speed of supply of the vaccines after obtaining approval from national and international agencies and organizations. A number of agreements were signed to this effect by the government of the Sultanate and international COVID-19 vaccine producing firms and Global Alliance for Vaccines and Immunization, commonly known as Gavi. The number of doses that arrived at the Sultanate so far stood at 156,000, of which 56,000 were of Pfizer-BioNTech and 100,000 doses of Oxford-AstraZeneca. This was all from our local desk. It's time for a quick commercial break, but stay tuned for more updates from International Desk.
Oman's largest online supermarket now has no minimum order limit. From grocery to household items, Rafiq has everything that you want. Enjoy worry-free shopping with over 8,000 products to choose from and get it delivered straight to your doorstep. Rafiq, you order, we deliver.
It's about time we kicked COVID-19 out of our lives. Join us on TTV Outline every Monday and let us learn how to fight COVID together. Welcome back to TTV. You're watching Midday Update. And now from our international desk. Over 3 million children in the United States have tested positive for COVID-19 since the onset of the pandemic, according to a latest report of the American Academy of Pediatrics, known as AAP, and the Children's Hospital Association. A total of 3,033,370 child COVID-19 cases had been reported across the country, and children represented 13% of all confirmed cases, according to the report. The overall rate was 4,030 cases per 100,000 children in the population. Over the 2 weeks from January 28th to February 11th, there were 216,595 new child COVID-19 cases reported across the country, an 8% increase according to the AAP. Children accounted for 1.2% to 2.9% of total reported hospitalizations and 0 to 0.25% of all COVID-19 deaths, said the report. At this time, it appears that severe illness due to COVID-19 is rare among children. However, there is an urgent need to collect more data on longer-term impacts of the pandemic on children, including ways the virus may harm the long-term physical health of infected children, as well as its emotional and mental health effects, the AAP said in the report. Brazil is approaching to 10 million COVID-19 mark infections on Wednesday after 56,766 new cases were registered in the last 24 hours, bringing the total to 9,978,747, according to the Health Ministry. In its daily report, the ministry also reported 1,150 deaths in the same period for a death toll of 242,090. Brazil ranks third in the world in COVID-19 cases after the United States and India, and second in deaths behind the United States. So far, the South American country has vaccinated 5,505,049 people against COVID-19, or 2.6% of the population, according to data from the consortium of the state health ministers. In Brazil, Health Minister Eduardo presented the schedule for the distribution of vaccines throughout the country to a virtual meeting with governors and health secretaries. By July 31st, there will be almost 231 million vaccines, enough to give the population peace of mind, the minister said in the statement. UN Children's Fund executive known as UNICEF on Wednesday called on the UN Security Council to extend a humanitarian pause for COVID-19 vaccination. We need a global ceasefire. At a minimum, we need your help to extend the call made in Resolution 2532 for a humanitarian pause for the duration of vaccine delivery and administration, foretold a Security Council open debate on ensuring the equitable access to COVID-19 vaccines in contexts affected by conflict and insecurity. Resolution 2532, which was adopted in July 2020, calls on all parties to armed conflicts to engage immediately in a durable humanitarian pause for at least 90 consecutive days in order to enable the safe, unhindered, and sustained delivery of humanitarian assistance, provisions of related services by impartial humanitarian actors, and lastly, medical evacuations. By the time of adoption, no COVID-19 vaccines had won official approval. The only way out of this pandemic is to ensure vaccines are available for everyone, she said. She also added that in this historic effort, we must include the millions of people who are living through or fleeing conflict and instability. Equitable access to vaccines for all people, including those living under conflict, is essential. She asked the Security Council to join UNICEF's calls to all member states to ensure that everyone is included in national vaccination plans, regardless of their legal status or if they live in areas controlled by non-state entities. Also asked the Security Council to help UNICEF restart stalled immunization campaigns for other diseases like measles and polio. UNICEF is aiming to procure 2 billion doses of the COVID-19 vaccines by the end of this year. This is on top of the 2 billion doses of other vaccines UNICEF normally procures each year on behalf of 100 countries set for. It's time for a quick commercial break, but stay tuned as we have more updates coming your way from our sports desk.
Oman's largest online supermarket now has no minimum order limit. From grocery to household items, Rafiq has everything that you want. Enjoy worry-free shopping with over 8,000 products to choose from and get it delivered straight to your doorstep. Rafiq, you order, we deliver.
It's about time we kicked COVID-19 out of our lives. Join us on TTV Outline every Monday and let us learn how to fight COVID together. Welcome back to TTV. You're watching Midday Update. And now from a sports desk. The competitions of the fourth round of the Al Bashar Camel Festival continued at Al Bashar Camel Racecourse in the Wilayat of Adam on Wednesday, with the participation from within the Sultanate and the GCC states. The festival, which will continue for 5 days, is organized by the Office of the Deputy Prime Minister for International Relations and Cooperation Affairs, personal representative of His Majesty the Sultan, represented by Department of Al Bashar Arabian Camel Racecourse. The race saw the participation of 85 camels. Now from Premier League, Manchester City defeated Everton by 3-1 in the Premier League, and the victory saw them script a new record as they became the first team to start a calendar year with top 10 flight victories in a row. Manchester City have won their first 10 Premier League matches in 2021, the longest ever winning run by a team from the start of a calendar year in top flight history, Premier League tweeted. With this victory, Manchester City also moves 10 points clear at the top of the Premier League table. Pep Guardiola's men now have 56 points from 24 games. During the match, Phil Foden scored the opening goal, putting Manchester City ahead in the 32nd minute. However, Everton made it 1-1 5 minutes later. Both sides fought hard but failed to take a lead as the first half concluded on 1-1. Manchester City managed to restore their lead in the 63rd minute when Riyad Mahrez scored a stunning goal. Bernardo Silva then added a third goal for Manchester City in the 77th minute. Manchester City will next play against Arsenal in the league on Sunday. With this news, we have come to the end of the episode for today, but stay tuned as we'll be back again next week with more updates and latest news your way. Keep watching TTV.
You've just heard the live feed from the TTV studios on TFM 95.4. Let's talk.